everyone, you reach Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here with a video on Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna is currently having her day in court. She's suing the Kardashians. She's suing Rob Kardashian, Kris Jenner, I want to say Kim Kardashian, I want to say Khloe Kardashian, let's see, and Kylie. Let me just make sure here who exactly is in this lawsuit. At first, she named some more people, but then I think she ended up at the end of the day taking some of them off and just listing those particular individuals. So yeah, so she's seeking damages from Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, and Kylie Jenner. Okay, for defamation, intentional interference with a contract, and intentional interference with prospective economic advantage. And this is what her lawyer said back in 2020, and she can't wait to have her day in court, and she currently is having her day in court. Now, many people probably won't agree with my opinion on this situation, but this is the approach I'm going to take. I'm not here to debate whether the Kardashians was right and Blac Chyna was wrong, or Blac Chyna was right and the Kardashians are wrong. I'm here to tell you, if I were Blac Chyna, what I would have done and how I would have brought this lawsuit, no matter how dead wrong the Kardashians / Jenners are. So Blac Chyna has a child by Rob Kardashian, Dream Kardashian. So she is suing the grandmother, aunties, and father of her offspring. Okay? And I get it. She's pissed. I even get it that, hey, I do believe that they went to the producers and told them to put the kibosh on the Rob and Chyna show. And I get what Blac Chyna is saying. It was a #1 show. She was making good money. And she's pissed because it only had 1 season and season 2 was on its way. But as season 2 was on its way, Rob and Chyna, Blac Chyna, were breaking up. They were no longer good. So I'm a family, right? So let's not just think here the Kardashians, because so many people are charged by the Kardashian name. They despise them for whatever reason. But let's just look at this for 1.2 seconds for speaking purposes as a family, right? Family A, family B. So here I am, I'm family B. I have a child by a member in family A, right? They did me dirty, they did me wrong, and I want to sue them. And I have to say to myself, should I sue them so that I can right this wrong, stand up for myself, prove a point, make them, or perhaps show them a lesson that so that they will never do this to anyone else again, or for the greater good, because it's not just me. I have their offspring. I have a child by one of those family members. Should I let vengeance come to them through some other method, not by my hands, and keep my hands clean? And only because for my child? Sometimes, she's saying that she's doing this lawsuit for her children so that they know pretty much, and I'm paraphrasing, guys, that their mother stood up for herself, didn't let anybody walk over her, and took back control of her life. That's pretty much her stance in a paraphrase. But this is my stance. You have a daughter by this family. Okay, they did you dirty. Okay, you want to say they blocked your money. But they are the reason why you had that show. And you had that show with the name on it from one of their family members, what happens to be your baby daddy. I hate that term, but we're going to just use it right now, right? And so now you fall out. I'm family A. You fall out with my brother. Y'all having a toxic relationship. So you not good with my brother? Let's keep it real. You're not good with me. And we're the reason why you're on this show and you're making this type of money, so we're going to cut it off. Because you're doing my brother dirty, then we're going to do you dirty. And outside of the Kardashians, let's just take this thing to the real world. Somebody's doing your family member dirty, and you employ them at your family business. You going to let them keep working at your family business and they dogging your family member out? You're not. You're going to cut them off. Right, wrong, or indifferent, you're going to put the kibosh on it. Is this the first time that the Kardashians have done anything as such? It is not. If I'm not mistaken, remember when they fell out with Jordan? I want to say that her and Kylie, because Kylie is the one that has the makeup line, right? There was a whole makeup kit or something named after Jordan. They had some type of joint venture together, and the second they fell out, I want to say all of the product that had Jordan's name on it, it went on deep discount. And after that, they had no type of partnership in that makeup line ever again. And did Jordan sue? No, she quietly walked away, and she's currently living her best life. Let's get back to Blac Chyna. So you have your daughter, Dream Kardashian, and you are suing her grandmother, her aunties, and her daddy. And you doing it for whatever reason you doing it for. Me, I'm saying for the greater good, I would have let it go. I wouldn't have sued them. And the reason, one of the top reasons why I wouldn't have sued them is for the love of my baby girl. For the love of my daughter, Dream Kardashian. Now this little girl, her legacy is going to be that her mother sued her grandmother, her aunties, and her daddy over some lost wages or funds over a show. And here's the thing, if you're that good of a talent, you may have lost that opportunity on E with the Blac Chyna show, but you could have took that first season and those ratings. If you're that good of a talent on your own merit with your own name, you could have went to other networks and say, look, when I did the Blac Chyna, right? That one season, my ratings were out the roof. Give me my own show and let the show be whatever it is I'm going to do. And bake on me, take a chance on me, because you see, when I had this show, the ratings was out of control. So sometimes you have to think of the end game, the greater good. Everything cannot just be about principle. You can't always die on a sword over principle. And listen, if Blac Chyna wins 10 million, 100 million, 300 million dollars from this case, in my opinion, she still lost. You're fighting the grandmother, the aunties, and the daddy to your baby girl. So now baby girl, her legacy is going to be, like I stated earlier, that her mama fought with her grandmother, her aunties, and her daddy. And it's easier to raise a healthy child from birth to 18 than to try to fix a broken adult from 18 into whatever their end date is going to be. The trouble we have with a lot of people in the world today is they're acting a fool in this world, all because of some messed up stuff that happened in their childhood that they don't know how to, for lack of a better word, get over, get therapy for, let go, and move on. So you're starting this little girl off with a terrible legacy. I personally don't think it's worth it. And I honestly don't think even money is worth this fight. Like, I don't care what dollar amount she gets. I say it's not worth it. And if anything, if she was going to sue anyone, I would have just sued the E network and left all of their names off the suit, because at the end of the day, who was her contract with, right? If your contract was with E, no matter what any outside party comes to them and say, they should have never fired you. They were the ones that had the power to say yay or nay, regardless of who was in their ear. But they decided to listen to who was in their ear. So to me, they should pay the piper. I would have left my daughter's family off of that lawsuit. Just like I think, unfortunately, and this has nothing to do with whether I like the person or not, I think, unfortunately, Nene Leakes is another one. She's going to go die on that sword. And for what? And unfortunately with her, they have tons of footage, Nene, tons of footage where you kind of put your foot in your mouth. And I'm sure that's going to come up in court in this lawsuit. So now, I don't know for sure, but now you're probably tight for cash, because it's been 2 years since you haven't been getting that 2.8 million or whatever dollar contract from Roa. And now you're going to spend all of this money on lawyers. And for what? When you could have been spending this time recovering your image. You should have hired a image consultant, a publicist that's going to keep it real with you and build yourself back up in your career. What employer is going to want to touch you when you have a lawsuit out there where you are accusing your former employer of racism? I want to say I haven't filled out a regular job application in like 100 years, okay? But I want to say many moons ago, on those applications, they used to say, they used to ask you, have you ever been to jail? And they also used to say, have you ever sued anyone? Have you ever sued a former employer? And maybe now that's not legal for them to ask those questions, but I do know back in the day, and I'm talking about when I was still filling out paper applications. I know everything is done online now. I'm not sure if they still ask those questions, because all of my jobs I ever worked, I worked 10 years, decades. I never been one to like jump around from job to job. So like I said, I haven't filled out applications in like 100 moons. But anyway, I do know that they asked you that question back when I used to have to fill out applications. So my thing is, you are a public figure and you have it out there that you have this ongoing rant with your ex-employer, and then it's about racism, and now I'm just throwing Nene Leakes in there. Nobody's going to want to touch you. So it's not just about you being blacklisted. It's about the fact that you won't let this go. And who wants to hire somebody that they could potentially end up being in a lawsuit with? I'm going to tell you, no one. So even with Blac Chyna, I get it. You may say they did me dirty. They blocked my bag. But the thing is, there's a saying too, a man is what he thinks. So two of these things can't happen at the same time. You can't say that, listen, I'ma manifest my future, I'ma believe in me, no one has the power to block anything from me but me. So even if they did try to block you, trust me and believe, if you are a talent that any person feels that they're going to make money from, regardless of a block in one area, somebody else would take a chance on you, because all these businesses out there, all they want to do is make money. So if you are a money maker, they're going to take you on. Anyway, guys, listen, I just came to you really quickly after I went to the gym. Let me know your thoughts. Are you in agreement with me? Many people may not be. I really feel wholeheartedly that Blac Chyna should not have done this lawsuit, for the mere fact that her daughter is by this family. She's suing the grandmother. She's suing the aunties. She's suing the girl's daddy. You don't want that girl to have that legacy. And you're saying that you're proving something to her. You could have proved the same strength by saying, look, this egregious happened to me, but let me tell you how I rose above it. They thought they was going to block me, but I kept pushing. I knocked on everybody's door, and I got someone else to believe in me. And now I have a #1 show that is beating out in ratings over their show. That's another way, in a different way, and to me a more positive way, that you could have showed your children that you're not going to let anybody just walk all over you. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Don't forget to chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.